Hello, I am Jackie Taggart and I am the virtual teacher. I am here today to show you one of my favorite tools that I like using in my virtual classroom, which is Padlet. It can be used either in a virtual classroom or it can be used in a traditional classroom as well. So let's go ahead and start looking at it. So Padlet is a collaborative message board, so to say, or collaborative board where students, teachers, people, anyone can collaborate on questions, ideas, anything at all that you want to put out there for them to collaborate on. This is my personal dashboard through the school that I work with. However, you can get a free account at padlet.com to try it out. You get 3 Padlets, 3 boards to start off with for your trial. There is a monthly subscription if you want to continue after those 3 boards, if you like it, or you can also get a school account if you want to talk to your IT department about, getting set up a subscription for your school. So you can see I have lots of different Padlets created. Um, these are under made. You can go under recent and I can see a lot of the posts that have been made by my school, other teachers in my school. Sometimes it does take a little while to load, especially when there are lots of them. We tend to use these a lot in our classrooms. So you can see there are different ones that have been used by different teachers. You can join a Padlet if you happen to have the URL for that. You can paste it in there and go. You can look at a gallery, excuse me, to find template ideas. And then manage people, that is usually something that is done by our administration, so I do not actually have access to that. You can look at those that you've made, that people have shared with you, that you've liked. You can create folders if you want to keep them in there. I probably should set something like that up, but I haven't just yet. So what I want to do first is show you how to make a Padlet. So there are many different types of Padlets that you can make. The one I'm going to focus on now is just a basic wall. So it comes up with just a general background and general title. Sometimes they're kind of funny. My luminous wall made with an open mind. I'm going to make this for my 9th grade students who are getting ready to start Romeo and Juliet. And I want them to start with a discussion about, is this appropriate for us to be reading? Or, is it worth it? Why in the world are we reading this? So I phrase it as, how can a centuries old love story remain relevant for modern audiences? And you can come down here and you can pick from all kinds of different wallpapers to have. Maybe we want to actually make it a wall. Maybe you want to have a peacock in the back or this kind of blue lagoon. I particularly like the chevron, so that's what I'm going to go ahead with. You can also come down, and see some of the other ones. When you're done with the wallpaper, you can go back, you can look for different themes of whether, however you want the layout to look, the colors, the font styles, if you want to have some type of, icon there. Attribution, I always think this is good because then whichever student is posting, it puts their name there. New posts will come first. You have a profanity filter so that the students can't put any inappropriate words in their posts. I also like being able to make comments. You can also have them have reactions, whether they can like other students' posts. You can have them, you can set up a Padlet where you're going to have a vote. Do we want to have, which of these do we like the most? And they can vote up or vote down. They can give it star posts. You can also give it a grade. So you can grade students based on their post. So that's always a good option as well. I'm just going to leave it as blanks for right now. If you want, you can add tags to it to make it easier to find. All right, so there are the modifications that we make. I click next. I also want to, if it's private, then no one can find it. That's very difficult, so I want to make it secret. And I also want to make it so that they can write on it. They can't just view, they can't add anything. So I want them to be able to write on the Padlet so that they can share their ideas. I do want it to be able to be remade in case another teacher would like to use it. You can also moderate it. I'm not going to click that now, but if you wanted to approve all of the students' posts before they were actually posted to the class, you can go ahead and click this, and then you would need to approve all of the posts before anyone else could see them. You can also password protect it, or you can just have it accessible to anyone in your organization. Then we can start posting, and it's very easy to start posting. The students just come down to the plus side, and I only click once. I know it says to double click, but I only click once. It's saying, that I'm the one posting. I don't necessarily want a title. So I want to, I don't think it's relative. I think it's boring. And maybe you as a teacher can make a comment here to the student, that maybe this isn't appropriate, or maybe somebody's posting, they can't find the story. You can add a link in here. You can add lots of different things to this. You can also change the color of the post. Maybe you want it red or purple, whichever. You can transfer it to a different Padlet if you want to change it. You can edit it. You can copy it. You can make it bigger. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I don't want that one on there. Another thing you'll notice that I wrote my response, but you can have students upload it. Maybe they plan out their essay in a Word document or in a Google Docs. They can share a link to any of their Google Docs here. They can search for something if you have them searching for something. This to me is always a great resource tool or a research tool. Send students home for homework and they need to find a resource about the topic you're researching together as a class, and maybe give bonus points or an award for people who, find original sources, not Wikipedia, but something valid and credible that they would be able to use. And at the end of this, you have a whole board of research for your students. You can have them find pictures, either take a picture, and then if you click over here, there's lots of other things that can be done as well. You can take a picture from your camera, video the students. I know many of them cover up their webcams because they don't want to be seen, and I know that that's a privacy issue, but they can peel it off, record, and then put it back. If they are shy, or if you don't want all of those videos, you can just have them record a voice answer. They can record that and post it onto the screen. That way you're having a conversation. So if we record our voice, we're going to go ahead and record our voice here, and then it would be posted. We play back and save. I won't play it back for you. We just listen to it. Takes a little while to save. But there is the audio that you can listen to. Now you can't respond, you can't put in comments for an audio answer, but at least students would be able to listen. And you can have this be a listening activity so that you are helping students to be proficient in those speaking and listening standards that are always, at least in my opinion, so difficult to get students to hit. So, this is a lot of different ways that you can use just a regular Padlet. We're going to go ahead back and I'm going to go back to my dashboard here and show you another way that you can use a shelf. So I'm going to come down. One of my other favorite topics, I have students do different reading activities at the end of every unit. I give them several choices to read, and so I could have 5 or 6 reading assignments going on in the classroom at the same time. So I put a Padlet up and the students need to respond in the 3, 2, 1, go. So what are the 3 main points in their presented reading? The next column, they either have to put 2 struggles or 2 controversial ideas that the author presented, And then the one, how does it connect to the essential question of the unit? This one was on blindness in sight. So they have a lot of different options. And as I said, you can have it set so you can see, and I can show you what it looks like here. We go up under modify again. If we wanted to be able to put an attribution, all of a sudden, their names come up there. That's what happens. We don't need the profanity filter, but if you wanted to add comments, you can see where it says to add comments, where you can add reactions, where the grade would be. You can see down here where the grade is. If I save and close, then maybe come down here and grade, and being able to give, Haley 100 out of 100. Or I can go ahead and do that. So it does become visible to the classroom. So you want to make sure that if this is public grading, so if you're not giving somebody full credit, everyone in the class is going to know. So benefit, also maybe a take back. If you see students who have really good responses and you want to kind of flag that, that's a great way to flag that as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use Padlet in the classroom, as in a traditional classroom as well as my virtual classroom. I'm always available for questions. So please, feel free to email me a question, or if you are struggling to use Padlet or have some great ideas you want to share, please feel free to leave those in the comments. Thank you so much.